Every now and then, we've got to look at whether we are achieving our goals, whether we are meeting our targets, and whether we are fulfilling our dreams. And that has been our conversation this week on Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, CJ Atemo, the Sage. Hoping that you are having a great day already, wherever you're watching from. If it is evening, well, hoping you had a great day because different people will watch this from different spaces. And you know, this is your favorite TV station, K24. And so spread all across the country and across the countries of the world, different people at different times watching different things. I'm glad that you're tuned in right now for this particular episode of the Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, CJ Atemo. If you were fulfilling your goals, or whether you are fulfilling those goals or not, every now and then you've got to sit back and ask yourself, what can I do better? How far can I go? What do I need to do? What can I learn? And that's what we've been focusing on in this particular period. I call it the locker room talk, and that is more the coach speaking with the people during the halftime break. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel, CJ Atemo? Please, if you haven't, go ahead and do that. Subscribe and then set notifications, because all of these episodes are uploaded on YouTube. So you'd be able to watch, like, post your comments and share as well. You would also follow me kindly on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook, CJ Atemo, and connect with me on LinkedIn as well. Especially that, connect with me on LinkedIn, CJ Atemo. There is also the CJ Atemo School of Leadership Castle on Facebook. Get to know what we do, get to know the offerings that we have, and it will be a great delight. I've got some books that you could also get to find out from whatever we are doing in those spaces. Get in touch with me, and I would be so glad to be of help to you. I'm greatly delighted and encouraged by the people who are sending in their testimonials of how these talks are shaping their lives, how we are getting help to them. And I'm so glad that that is happening. I keep on getting quite a number on my DMs, on my inbox, and on the email. And thank you. Thank you, everyone that is getting back. If you want us to tackle something, let me know as well. If you want me to talk about something, let me know. Just send me the email or get into my DM or get into my Facebook inbox and let me know something that you'd want me to address. Or if you have some questions that you'd want us to talk about, and that would be very helpful. So we've talked about creating a new thing. We've talked about dreaming wildly. And we have talked about strategic positioning. Today, I want to give you tip number 4, which is don't dwell on your mistakes too long. Don't dwell on your mistakes or failure too long. Learn to rise from unfortunate events. Now, you see, life is so unpredictable. Life is absolutely unpredictable. Nobody knows how life is going to be by this evening. Nobody knows. Probably somebody who's watching this will have lost their job today, or they will have lost some money, or they will have been conned somewhere, or somebody will have had a heartbreak today. By the time the day ends, maybe the relationship is just over. I mean, life is so unpredictable. And on the flip side, there will be positive news. Maybe somebody today will have gotten a job. Maybe somebody today will have gotten the funding that they need. Maybe somebody today will have gotten a visa to go into a space that they want. Whether it is negative or positive, life is so unpredictable. Things happen so fast, the good and the bad. The things that bring joy and the things that bring pain, they all happen so fast. Even right now as I am talking, it is very possible for something that would drastically change your life to happen. But then when it comes to dealing with failure and pain and dealing with heartaches and mistakes and dealing with negative stuff in our lives, we struggle a lot of times. Most of us struggle to go past that. That you got into a business and it did not work, that you put money into an investment that did not come through, that you invested yourself in a relationship and the relationship did not work, that you trusted somebody and this person betrayed you and hurt you. we really struggle to get past that because we beat ourselves a lot. And even though we will be telling ourselves that we're trying to learn the lessons out of it, we really beat ourselves down a lot. You know why? Because you set very high standards on yourself, and you set very high standards for yourself, and you give yourself very little room for failure. Failure, and you have had this so many times in so many spaces I know, failure is just an opportunity for you to learn, one, how it doesn't work, or two, how it should work. It's just an opportunity. You got to treat it like that. Don't take yourself into life with the burden of trying to be right in everything that you do. Don't put on yourself the burden of knowing everything, of being able to do everything. Don't put that burden on yourself. It's too much weight. It's too high a pedestal that when you fail, you do not know how to walk down from it and climb down from it. You have to allow yourself the room for failure. You know, there's always, in everything that we do, there's the margin of error. There has got to be the margin of error in your life. And you have to treat yourself kindly by looking at the effort you have put into what you have done and looking at the lessons that you have drawn and the progress that you have made, so that even when you did not achieve what you wanted to achieve, you ask yourself, what have I gained from that experience? How much have I learned? How far have I grown and gone in that particular experience? And then you get yourself up and tell yourself, look, I may be wounded, but I'm not dead. I may be hurting, but I'm not dead. I'm going to pick up the pieces. It may mean that I'm going to change my pace and my strategy, but there's a lesson that I have learned, which if I didn't learn right now, I would still eventually learn in the future. And I'm going to take that lesson and walk with it in life. Be kind to yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Be kind to yourself. Don't allow where you failed at keep you down there forever. There are people who have never gone back into starting a business because they lost money several years ago. There are people who have sworn never to get into a relationship because somebody had them. There are people who, after walking out of a marriage, they will just be there and say, you know what? I don't want anybody around me. And so they keep on emitting that kind of energy to people who come around them because one failure has absolutely defined their lives. There are people who just cannot go into school anymore because at one point they failed a certain exam and they were told that they had attained a D or an E, and they said academics are not my thing. And that may not be true. It may just be that at a particular point where you got that D or E, either the subjects that you were taking were not your favorite subjects, or you didn't have very good teachers, or you were not in a proper state of mind, or there were just a lot of other factors that were happening, but you have decided and determined that that is not a path you would go. And then you keep living life. And sometimes you can see that life demands of you to put in a little more academically, but you say academics are not my thing because you have not learned how to deal with failure. Ladies and gentlemen, when you make mistakes, when you fail, when you get hurt, when negative things happen to you, don't dwell there too long. I know there are situations that are a bit different, where people have gone through emotional distress, the loss of loved ones, or even certain kind of separations. It might have been a divorce or something, but it was so deeply wounding. I know there are those different kind of situations, but even in those, you see, you can't dwell there forever. You seek help. You may need to seek therapy. You may need to seek a counselor. You may need to seek somebody to talk to, but you rise and go. But when it comes to the things like your dreams, your goals, your purposes, your business, your academics, your career, do not allow the mistakes that you have made to keep you down longer than they should. You get up, dust yourself. As long as you're still able to go back onto the pitch, keep going, and you will keep winning. I hope this has been helpful to somebody and energizing to somebody in your mind, your soul, your spirit. I hope that this is going to help you to get back on your feet. I hope you know that good players are always tackled, and most times they will have to learn how to mentally overcome every obstacle and injury, and they'll have the dirtiest shots on the pitch because everybody is trying to ensure that they are down. So don't stay down. Don't stay down. Get up, go back, and score the goals that you intended to score. This has been all the time that I had right here on Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, CJ Atemo the Sage. Until the next time, see you.